Hello and welcome back to Mana. My name is Beast and today we're back with Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai.
Do you want me to say something?
I was waiting for you to say something.
I wasn't sure if you were going to introduce me, so I was waiting.
No. I like the long silence at first was literally just me opening the wine bottle and pouring a glass because, joke's on you, I do have alcohol!
Oh, no, he lied to me. He told me it wasn't.
Hey, I didn't say I didn't have alcohol. I said I wasn't drinking alcohol then. Because I wasn't. I was drinking the apple thing.
Oh, okay. So you're drinking the apple thing and alcohol.
I know, the apple thing is just what I drink normally. And I was thirsty, and so I took a swig. This is just for pleasure.
Ah, okay. Isn't that what alcohol is, for pleasure?
Some people drink alcohol for the sake of getting drunk. I personally actually like the taste.
That's what my boss at work does. She drinks till she gets sick and then throws up.
Get her to stop. That's not healthy.
Well, she's like, I don't actually like to drink. I'm just gonna drink, because I don't want to think about things.
That is the bad thing. That is the bad way to drink.
Yeah.
Only people that can tell themselves, okay, I'm feeling tipsy, I'll stop now, are allowed to drink.
Yeah, just come to America. People drink.
And this is coming from someone that drinks a whole bottle of wine when he drinks.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, how strong is the wine?
Of wine is only gonna make me feel slightly tipsy.
I don't know about that.
This is a 0.75 liter bottle with a 8.5% alcohol content.
I definitely feel like if I drank that much, I'd feel something at least.
I feel mildly tipsy at best.
Yeah.
I have a German liver.
Yeah, I think I might have some German roots. I think I'm more like Swedish though.
I will say though that once, specifically during Ledger of Grisaya Part 1, I drank essentially a mixture between Jack Daniels and Fanta.
Yeah, but see, your Fanta's better there.
Yeah,
you actually have like real orange
juice.
juice.
More so that I drank half a bottle, I drank half the bottle of Jack Daniels, and while yes, it is mixed with Fanta, that is still double the amount of alcohol of this bottle of wine, and I just barely got got mildly drunk enough to where I started to talk about stuff that I would normally not talk about.
I mean, those are the best conversations though.
Yeah, Ledger of Grisaya does not spoil anything, so you can just watch that if you want to. Entirely just side content.
Well, I'm hoping at some point I'll get to see you drunk on here.
Yeah, who knows?
I think that would make for a fun video.
Yeah. I don't even remember what specifically I talked about in the Ledger of Grisaya. It's been too long since I recorded that. Specifying. I forget because I have terrible memory, not because I was too drunk to remember. Step outside, it's already completely dark out. I feel like I might have stayed for a really long time.
なんかバタバタしちゃってごめんね。落ち着いてくつろげなかったでしょ?
I just realized. Oh yeah, not right. This game has fucking the perfect edition has a see and back button.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, the original version did not. Imagine the amount of times where I had to fucking go back and redo an H scene because I skipped past the first few lines of the next scene accidentally.
I know. I hate when visual novels don't have a way to go back a few lines, because sometimes I just read over it too quickly or scroll too fast, and it's like I just want to go back a few lines. Okay, it's like it doesn't let you do that, and I hate it.
Also, can I just talk real quick? By God, I want to find the person that was in charge of writing Nagiko's route in Kakunuka Seishin Sparking. and I want to bash them over the head with multiple surfboards.
If I nitpicked the writers of visual novels, I would have problems with probably every single one. Because they're all super horny.
That I don't really have an issue with that. The issue with the Kakinuke writer is that imagine you have a character like a bit of a more responsible older sister type. Like she's usually the one that tries to rein in any reckless behavior from the other characters. She herself is interested in martial arts. Is even planning on taking over her family's Aikido dojo. Her route comes around surfing, and it doesn't fucking stop. Like, which that in itself would not be that terrible if they literally explain anything about surfing. They will use the term air reverse like 10 times and not explain what the fuck it means a singular time.
So wait, if she's doing...
Not only that, but
What?
So many concerns are just ignored in the route because they want more time of just Nagiko in a wetsuit, essentially.
I mean, I wouldn't complain, but still,
Like,
what does that have to do with what you told me before? Because you said she is trying to take over, like, the family dojo.
Exactly. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
So what does surfing have to do with that?
It doesn't have anything to do with that. It entirely feels like the base, like, common route writer was like, okay, here's a bunch of hooks to write Nagiko's route on, especially with the whole, like, taking over the dojo. And then the writer that was in charge of it just decided, nah, I have a wetsuit fetish.
The writer's barely disguised fetish.
So fucking artificial, especially because, like, at one point there are multiple concerns brought up over the course of the route that are never addressed. Like, the characters go out of their way to point them out, only for the game to just forget they were ever there. Very angering.
That would frustrate me to no end.
And now imagine if it's actually like a really good character that you actually really like, that's being treated like this. Like, Naoko made me feel kind of at the start, but she got better. Funnily enough, the only reason why I was kind of on the fence about Naoko was entirely because I did not like another character, and she was way too soft on that character. Fucky beak. Anyways. Nah, it was great to just take a bath. I'm grateful. Thanks.
そんな全然。よかったらまた入りに来て。お父さんがいないときに。
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it just a bath there? Is that really all they did?
Well, yeah, they only had a bath.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, believe me, this game is not shy about just pointing out when someone fucked. That can't wait till. Feel like I'm doing something wrong that to hide, you know.
そうだけど、日野くんってそういうところまっすぐだもんね。裏表がないっていうか。
It's not really some that noble sounding.
昔からそうだったよ。
Seems happy for some reason. Tickles a bit to see her making a face like that when she talks about me.
学校までの行き方ってちゃんとわかってる？
Pretty much. I just go straight up along the highway, right?
それだと遠回りかな。近道教えるから明日一緒に学校行かない？
That's fine by me, but are you sure? It'll end up making your route longer, won't it?
全然いいよ。それじゃあ明日ね。
Or you could just go to her place and you go to the route from there.
Could do that.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Aren't they neighbors, though?
Not that close, it seems.
Okay, because I was like, wasn't our mom talking about having us like go say hi? I
Like,
figured we must
I
be
always
pretty close.
assume that the neighbors in this circumstance just means like they live on the same street or something. And
Okay, kind of like
she
same
has to,
neighborhood.
like, go down the street from one end to the other to his place, and then has to go the same way back to go to school or something. That's how I always interpreted it.
Oh, okay, so just like a little out of the way then.
Exchange email addresses and phone numbers, just in case. Two of us wave goodbye, and I start to walk away. Also, no, not yet. We don't have the contacts yet. But then she stops me. I look back at her curiously. Kizaki's smile lights up the darkness around us.
おかえりなさい。
The simple words resound solidly in my chest. Yeah, I'm home. The honest words naturally come to my lips. Glad I got to see you again, Shinozaki.
私も日野くんにまた会えて嬉しい。すごく。
Star Picket is... I can still tell that she's red. She's completely healthy now, but she's still just as shy about things as before. That really drives the fact home that I've come back to this town.
I don't know. I like Shinozaki. She seems like wife material. That's the kind of girl you'd settle down with, you know?
Everyone in this game ends up becoming wife material. That's kind of the fucking concept of the game. Every round
Yeah, but
ends
she
in
seems
marriage.
like traditional, you know? I
Yeah.
feel like Japanese people like traditional wives.
It's finally over. Our principal always talks for way too long. I wondered why an elementary school principal needed to talk for so long. He just kept on talking and talking even though no one was listening. I wish I could have complained to someone about it, but there was no one familiar around me. Because I had just changed classes. None of my friends were in my new class. I looked around to see if there was anyone that looked interesting. I was disappointed when I looked at the girl next to me. She was kind of a gloomy looking girl. She was sitting quietly looking downward. Figured she would probably doesn't like people like me either. And then, when I looked away... I heard something that sounded like someone trying to whistle badly. What'd you say? You okay? I could tell right away that it wasn't just her messing around. I realized that the sound was her straining to breathe. Got a cold? You should go to the nurse's office then.
風邪とかじゃ。
He suddenly started coughing. It wasn't a normal cough. It was almost scary how intense it sounded. I'd never seen someone cough like this before. You should really go to the nurse's office. I'll take you there.
お薬あるか。
Medicine in a pouch. I opened her backpack. I felt bad about doing it without asking, but it didn't seem like this was the time to be polite. I found what I was looking for right away. It was an incredibly girly-looking pouch covered in cute little characters. This?
なんか
She needed an EpiPen? Sounds like she's having an allergic reaction.
Asthma. They already mentioned it.
Oh, she's having just an asthma attack? Is that it?
Yes.
Well, she was having trouble breathing, but that can be because your airway's closing because of an allergic reaction.
No, I mean they mentioned that she has asthma already.
Have we met this person already?
She
I don't
looked
know
really
who it
bad.
is yet.
Felt like her face had gotten paler. Like I'm like the implication of who this is obvious.
I don't know who it is. Is it Marika?
Ran to open the pouch. There was some that looked like a whistle inside. Didn't really look like medicine, but there was nothing else. I mean, there's also just listening to the voice.
I don't know the voices that well yet.
Fair.
You've played this before.
Actually, I'm curious now. Let me check the fucking voice actors again. Like, if there's any voice of other characters that Marika voiced that you know. I always like to do this. Just, hey, there's a character. Let's try if I recognize the voice from other characters.
It takes me a year to finish a visual novel, okay? I don't know them that well. I don't know the voice actors.
Like, I don't know why, but I just get I don't know why, but I just can sometimes get really fucking attached to certain voice actors.
See, I don't think I've played enough to do that.
Well, who knows? I don't know if you've played Futuraba, so I'll just skip that.
I have not.
Futuraba's a good one. It's awesome project.
Think-
That's project. Fucking.
I think that's on my list to like play one day.
Overall, all the games from that developer are fucking great. Can forget the name. It's me. There we go. Fucking stupid. I don't think you've played it. Going melt. Anything else in here? Yeah, I forget that she's also in Kimiru Love Leash. Yeah, because the character, like the general vibe of the character is so fucking different, so you don't really think to fucking associate them.
I mean, I think you have to have a lot of talent to be able to like completely change your voice or the way you act.
Oh boy, she voices someone in fucking hentai prison. Context, hentai prison is from the same group as Nukitashi. Which everyone says is like fucking godlike storytelling, but I don't believe it for a fucking second.
Yeah, is that the one where they're on an island and they have to have like sex or something?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I'm thinking of the right one.
I know what was going on.
I don't know any more than that because I have no idea what the context is.
Hey, what do I do with this? Your mouth. What do you mean? At this point, my new classmates had gathered around us to see what was causing the commotion. I heard someone say that from the crowd. Breathe in. Oh! Finally understood. Thought it was a case for medicine, but it was wrong. It was something that you're supposed to put directly in your mouth. You put this part in your mouth, right? Hey, come on, I'll give you the medicine right now. He just fucking breathes in himself. Just fucking like breathes in and just breathes the contents at her. Managed to get her to breathe in the medicine with some help from more knowledgeable classmates. Our new homeroom teacher came running into the room at that point. Someone must have called for him.
篠崎、大丈夫か?
Oh, there we go.
すぐ保健室に運ぼう。誰か先に保健室に行って知らせてきてくれ。
I'll go! Waited with Shinzaki in the nurse's office until after school when her parents came to pick her up.
ずっと付き添ってくれたんだってな。ありがとう。ご苦労様。もう心配ないから早く帰りなさい。
Is she sick or something?
ああ。篠崎は喘息持ちなんだ。
He answered my question after a bit of thought. Asthma. I didn't know asthma was that bad.
ひどくなるとね。いつも調子が悪い時は無理せず休んでるんだが、今日は始業式だから無理したらしい。
That sounds like such bullshit. Like, yes, you have to come in to listen to the principal talk. That's so stupid. You didn't need to come just to listen to the principal talk.
篠崎は最近調子が
I'd
悪くて
understand if it was like
なか
Chizuru,
なか一
but
日全部出られることが少なかったんだ。
From sounds of it was some
Exactly.
old man
だから
that
今日ぐらい
won't
は
stop
最後ま
talking.
でいたかったんだろう。
yeah, nobody wants to listen to an old man.
Oh, she has it rough. I don't even consider that someone would want to stay in school all day. I almost thought it was kind of a pain. Every now and then, I'd even want to go home early. But that was the first time that I learned that there were people out there that consider going to school until the end of the day to be special. Is she gonna get better?
心配かい?
My homeroom teacher smiled but I nodded.
日野の家は確か泉ヶ丘だったな。それじゃあ帰りに篠崎の家にプリントを持ってってくれないか。先生、渡すのすっかり忘れちゃってたんだ。
Okay, I will. Shizaki's house happened to be right on the way back from school. It's here. I rang the doorbell after checking the nameplate. Oh. I glanced up to see Shinozaki in the second floor window. She looked a lot better than she did at school. Hey! She quickly hid when she noticed me. Why'd she hide? Does she hate me?
ごめんね。照れてるだけだから。
Oh. I looked back down to see that the door had opened. There was a woman about my mother's age standing there, smiling at me. It was Shinozaki's mom, Yumi.
マリカの学校のお友達？
Oh, we're going to be in the same class starting the day, so we're not friends yet. She's kind of avoiding me too, so...
ごめんなさいね。マリカは人見知りだから、自分から友達になってって言えないの。でも、仲良くしたい気持ちはある子だから、だから友達になってあげてくれる？
Yeah, I can.
どうもありがとう。あまり学校に行けないかもしれないけど、マリカと仲良くしてあげてね。
Yes. Zoshizaki and I were arranged to become friends. We actually did become good friends after that, of course.
This is reminiscent of Clan Ad for me.
No worry, there is no wife death in the snow scene.
Oh, thank goodness. That scene broke me the first time I saw it.
Come on.
So sad.
Open the door. Shizaki's standing there. I still really like the design of the uniform.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like the Yunido Haruka uniform is also nice, but I just prefer the Hoshi Ori Yume uniform. Context, let me just send the Yunido Haruka.
Is that the one you showed me last time?
Oh no, that's the Hot Square 111. Let's just use one of the two best girls to show off the uniform. This here is the uniform from Ginyu no Haruka.
Damn, she does look like a best girl.
Yeah, she as well as she. These two are the best girls.
I have to play that.
There is only a fan translation.
I mean, this fan translation's been good so far. I haven't had a problem with the writing or anything.
The issue is
Or the
more
translation.
so it's risky. Like, I'm fine because I bought both games. So there's that risk out of the fucking way at least. But there's always risk. I'm entirely willing and ready to drag you through Ginyu no Haruka as well, by the way, just so you know. Like, I will
Let's focus on one game at a time.
yeah, don't worry. Like, after this, there's also still Labyrinth of Rosiah. Like, I'm just saying that I will take any and all excuses to be allowed to play these two games again. Like, I am desperately waiting for the fourth game they made to get an English translation as well.
It's like waiting for a new season of an anime.
Essentially. Seems a bit nervous. She came to pick me up, but she came to pick me up just like she said she would yesterday. No reason to be so nervous, you know. I'm the only one here.
だから緊張するんだよ。
You mean?
なんでもない。じゃあ行こっか。
Okay. She's kind of weird.
何が？
Because you know, I was always the one who went to your place in elementary school, but this time you came to mine. Shizaki never ended up being able to go to school much while I was still living here, so I always saw her when I went to her house. The fact that Shizaki came to my house is proof just how much healthier she's gotten. Is she crazy happy for some reason?
そんなの大げさだよ。ただ家に迎えに行っただけなのに。
Aren't you happy, Shizaki?
それは嬉しいけどすごく。
Right. Honestly, I'm so happy for her.
そういえば何組になるの？
I think I'm in class C?
私は A 組。そっか、一緒じゃなくて残念だね。
Damn.
And?
Another choice. What the? I mean, I do like Marika, so like I'm kind of interested in going down her route. Obviously, we're going for option A.
Okay. I will say that, though, this is entirely my own opinion after I've played all routes. And this by no way means that Marika is bad. However, she is second last route.
She's the second, like in terms of quality.
Like I personally enjoyed her route the second least.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, she definitely does seem like I said, kind of just like your typical
Like
Japanese wife.
But I will again say that this by no means says anything bad about her the quality of her route, because like the worst route in this game would be like best route in a game like, for example, Yukikoi Melt or something. Like, hold on, let me just go to your channel and check what games you've played to just like try and find a fucking.
My Discord was having fun with new people joining.
Yeah, people fucking being like, hey, is that because of him?
I was just like, I don't know. Like, people just join sometimes. I don't advertise it a whole lot.
Yeah, fair. Like, you know what? Let's use Hello Lady as an example. Like, a worst route in this game would probably be best route in Hello Lady.
I don't feel like that's super hard to beat, though, because some of those routes were just kind of okay.
Yeah, but like, Cafe Stella also works. Like, worst route in this would still be kind of like one of the better routes in Cafe Stella. Not best, because I do quite like the characters in Cafe Stella.
Well, Cafe Stella shafted, like, one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, we all agree that Baker Waifu deserves more.
Exactly. Like, they gave her 2 hours of content, and all the other girls got at least, like, 8.
You get used to it.
I don't want to.
You sadly get used to it. But yeah, like, I would say, like, the best route, like, worst route in Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai would roughly be on the level of what I see as the 2 best routes in Natsume and Kana's.
I mean, that's fair.
So when I say that I personally think Marika is better than that one, means that I would value Marika's route above all routes in Cafe Stella, for example. It's just that the other routes are just that much better. You know,
Yeah.
We got something to look forward to. We'll make that face. We can see each other whenever we want.
そうだよね。同じ学校なんだからいつでも会えるよね。
That's right. I'll come hang out in your classroom once I settle in.
うちの教室に？
Maybe I shouldn't?
まずくなんてないけど、私はいいんだけどね、全然。
That's right, I don't really know the school building that well yet. You think you could show me around during lunch break or something? There we go, I had to pour another glass real quick.
Are you still drinking
Yeah,
your apple drink or the
oh no,
phone?
this is the wine, this is the wine.
お昼
This
休
is
み
the
に
nice
迎えに行くね。
cherry wine.
Oh, we got the wine out now.
Yeah,
Nice cherry wine.
I'll be waiting in front of my classroom then.
それじゃあ名前を呼ぶまでここで待っていてくれる
So who's gonna be in our class then, if not her?
We'll see in a second.
Definitely gonna be 1 or 2 of the girls, right?
Okay, I will.
Okay.
It is
Long-haired purple girl.
Best girl.
I mean,
It's more supposed to be black hair.
oh, is it supposed to be black? Because when I saw her, I was imagining Kyo from Clanad. Because like that's my favorite girl.
I do not remember who Kyo is again. Hold on.
Kyo and Ro, the sisters, twins.
Ah,
kinda.
yeah. Sure. Yeah, that is purple. Like hers is supposed to be like typical anime black, where they don't make it quite black, where they still like lighten it up to like a more of a blue.
Yeah,
direction.
it's light enough. It looks kind of
Uh,
purplish, or maybe like a
but it
kind
is
of
very
blue.
much-
I don't know.
It is very much still black.
Okay,
A very
either way,
light
I
black,
dig it.
but still a black. But yeah, her, Sora, best girls of this game. If we were to rate character over route, it would this one would 100% be best girl. But if we factor in routes, the two are roughly equal.
Okay.
Not because her route is bad, it's just because Sora's route has something that I personally really liked, so she gets a boost.
Ooh, looking forward to that then.
Yes.
Is it H team related?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll tell you right now, none of these are H-scene related. H-scene relation, that sort of would drop a little bit because, you know,
I mean, are you somebody who likes H teams?
I skip H-scenes.
You skip them? Oh, okay.
I skip all of them.
Because I'm trying to remember. Did Scott actually play through all the H teams?
Scott recorded the H-scenes and uploaded them on his Patreon.
Oh, okay. That's what he did.
Yeah, I personally, only one series do I read H-scenes for, and that's Machikoi, because Machikoi H-scenes are peak comedy.
You know, I would invest more time in the H teams, but I'm just like, I don't want to get banned for having that on there.
Yeah, of course you don't upload the H-scenes to YouTube. You don't do that.
Yeah. I just cut out most stuff unless I really want to edit. Because like Happy Mayor, I put a lot of editing into Happy Mayor to include like any scene that had like nudity of any kind. So like
I
keep it
do
up there.
I do appreciate the fact that like I'm just going to like a certain chat with someone and like going to the earliest pictures in this chat and like first off, this is one of the earliest pictures in there, as well as this one here. And
Got the dual disc.
yeah, I do have it off to the side still, actually. Like it's down here. I have it over there. But yeah, but also there's just 2 screenshots from actual Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai.
Those are great.
Anyways, where's the... Alright, I will post this one real quick. Because this picture, I don't know why the website makes it this small. But this picture, I remember, like, in my early internet days, people, like, posted it a bunch. For some reason, people got really, like, fucking obsessed with this picture. So
Redheaded with big boobs.
So color me fucking surprised when I play fucking Hatsukoi 1-1 and find out that that it's one of the characters from there. People got this picture from a visual novel, and I just did not know for ages.
I feel like I had a lot of exposure to visual novels before I ever played them. Because, like, did you ever listen to Nightcore?
Not actively. Like I like there were 1 or 2 covers that I kind of liked over the original, but I mostly just listened to regular songs.
I listened to a lot of Nightcore, and like the amount of like visual novel pictures you'll see on there is crazy to me.
God, I can't find the fucking picture right now. What was I looking for again? I even forget. Got distracted. I forgot what I was looking for.
This is going to be another 3-hour video with 2 hours of actual content.
Don't worry, that's normal. But either way, like another case of that was fucking that one picture, like that one CG from Clockwork Leyline where Tsubaki kissed the cat and the cat turned into the main character. That was also used in like a fucking like fucking what if you found a cat and turned into the ideal lover or some bullshit. I don't remember specifically. That was also used in the early internet days that I saw every now and again.
The early internet had some of the best and worst memes, I swear.
Yeah. Like, I don't even remember what I'm looking for, so I'm just hoping that while scrolling through this, I'll fucking happen upon it and remember, yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. That's essentially what I'm doing. Oh, there we go, that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, context for why Majikoi H scenes are peak comedy. This is one of the choices that lead to either an H scene or you skipping the H scene.
Drinking her under the table by her to the world of dreams. Or you can fuck her hard.
It's just like the first one sounds like he's going full refined gentleman. Ah yes, keep drinking under the table and invite her to the world of dreams. Alternatively, fuck her hard!
I feel like both are going to end up the same.
No, one of them ends up in the H scene, the other not.
Really?
Yes. The first one is to skip the H scene.
Okay, I would have thought that's just like a more gentler way of saying the second one.
No. That is his actual mission is to get her to fucking pass out for a few hours.
Okay.
Why? You will only find out if you decide to go for Majikoi and Majikoi S.
I've had some people recommend it to me.
Majikoi S specifically is a fan translation, sadly only. I will say that
like
while there exists an actual translation of base Majikoi, I will always recommend using the fan translation over the normal because the official translation cut out all mentions of Kawakami water.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Kawakami water is an excuse for the game to have their characters be drunk despite being minors by saying that it's just water, it only makes you act like you're drunk.
Oh, okay. So it's alcohol, but not.
Exactly. And the official translation cut that out completely, which I will never forgive it for.
Is that because it was on Steam?
No, it was actually. I don't even know if it was on Steam. Now I think about it.
I know Majikoi is on Steam.
Majikoi is on Steam? Oh yeah, it is on Steam.
I know Steam's really
But
against.
But I do think that even the patch, like the R18 patch, still has that cut out. Which is problematic considering that Majikoi S mentions Kawakami water a lot.
Yeah, so you're losing the context.
Anyways, I've talked to my homeroom teacher when a girl quietly walks towards us. She glances at me and walks into the classroom. I guess
She
it must
wants
be a
us.
classmate of mine. The homeroom teacher walks into the classroom and I laughed at her. I can hear the sound of the students standing up in unison. That's pretty nerve-wracking. Class 2C. Suppose my class started today. I began hit things off well with my classmates. Actually, I remember we had a transfer student at elementary school. I remember everyone in my class crowded around him to talk with him during break periods because we never had one before. When everyone gonna end up in the same situation? At our age? Probably not. Imagine if no one was really interested in me instead. That'd be one thing. Imagine if people actively ignored me when I tried to talk to them. Hide my shoes, vandalize my desk, throw half-eaten bread in my locker.
Kun! Oi! Hino-kun!
Huh?
どうした? 早く入ってきたまえ.
Yes! I take a deep breath and open the door. I walk into the classroom. Everyone's eyes fall on me at the same time. Walk up to the front of the classroom and stand next to the teacher, painfully aware of the intention.
それじゃ、自己紹介を.
Okay, I'm Hinori Yosuke. I transferred here from Kanagawa. Pleased to meet you all. I actually used to live here in Shionagi up until elementary school. Huh?
I already
Something
know
here
who that
familiar
was.
Sound. I can't help but focus my attention towards it despite still being halfway through my self-introduction. Camera belongs to a girl. Oh, she's...
Yeah.
Oh! remember fully once to see her smiling face emerge from behind the camera. She's the one who almost fell. Well, technically, she and I actually fell down the stairs together the day before yesterday.
まさかうちのクラスに来るとは思わなかったわよ。おかげで手間が省けて助かるけど。
She then points the camera at me and clicks the shutter
なん
again.
だ瀬川とはもう知り合いだったのか
So her name's Segawa. Yeah, I got to know her when I was taking a look around the school the day before yesterday. Commotion starts in response to what I said, especially when I said got to know her. I can hear people saying like, whoa, or not bad. Huh? Wait, what? Was what I said that weird? They don't think I'm quick to try to pick up girls or something, do they?
ほらみんな静かにしろ
I mean, to be fair, we've already gotten ass and we've already touched
みんな
boobs.
よろしくしてやってくれ
Just
I mean,
in the
yeah,
past day.
Even if they were accidental, moves have been made. Moves that could land some people in prison, but moves nonetheless.
Yeah, but this is anime logic, so we just got game. There's no prison here.
I still cannot not recognize what the fuck that is supposed to be depicted on this book here.
What is it?
No idea. What you know? What I personally find utterly unrealistic.
What's that?
Not one of the desks near the back just have a coat on the desk. You know, like 100% one of the kids in the background are just gonna put their coat on the desk and just sleep.
That's where the main character is.
That's what I used to do in English class.
You would just take a nap?
Yeah, actually, it's funnily enough, because like my English teacher in my during 11th grade, my second run through, my English teacher just could not do anything about me taking a nap because I was the class best in English essentially.
Yeah, I will say your English is really good.
Well, yeah, like I've been talking to people in English since like fucking 7th grade, 6th grade.
I mean,
I think.
Do most people in Germany speak good English or no?
Oh no. I was in like in 11th grade there were still people saying "z" instead of "the."
I mean, I could see that, especially if it's not your first language.
Yeah, like I just had the advantage because like I was very involved. Like, funnily enough, the reason why I had such an early start in English was because, funnily enough, which is also why I personally adore Toho so much, even though I barely have not played any of the mainline games. Because I happened upon the Night of Night remix, which is a remix of Sakuya's theme, and via Sakuya's theme, I landed on You and Owen Was Her, and in the comments section of You and Owen Was Her, I met someone that I got talking to, and with that person, I would just sit in a voice chat, like near constantly, and whenever I was in a voice chat with her, I just told her if I say anything wrong, just correct me, you know. And this, since 6th grade, makes for a powerful, fun foundation when it comes to English.
I mean, that sounds like a great way to learn it.
Yeah, to this day, I still say that 70% of the English I've learned is just because I've talked to people in English since 6th grade.
Yeah, I mean, immersing yourself, I think, is the best way to learn the language.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I took a nap in a second go-through of 11th grade because I repeated once since the first go-through did not yield the grades that I wanted, because at the time I was still trying to go to a university for media and communication, which required, I think, 1.2 average. Context in Germany, the grades are 1 to 6, with 1 being the best and 6 being the worst, and specifically 11th and 12th grade of the school that I went to, because there's different levels of schools where you can branch out to instead of just going, okay, now I'm going to middle school, then I want to continue to high school, then from high school I want to continue to college. Instead you're like, okay, I'm going to do elementary school, and then I can decide, do I want to go like a more basic path, do I want to go like an intermediary path, or do I want to go for the highest level path? and I went to this highest level path, and 11th and 12th grade, they split the grades 1 to 6 up again in 1 to 15 points, where 1 point is a 6, 2, 3, 4 points is a 5, 5, 6, 7 points is a 4, 8, 9, 10 points is a 3, then 11, 12, I feel like I fucked up somewhere already. Either way, after the 1 of 6, after the 0 points of 6, actually, never mind. And then every 3 steps is another grade, with 15, 14, 13 being a 1. And I think I was like roughly at, I think 3.3? I don't have to remember, either way. And so I decided to repeat voluntarily, and then a bunch of medical stuff happened, which caused me to have like surgery very low on my back, which meant I couldn't sit properly, I couldn't lay down properly, I couldn't sleep properly, so I just slept at school. If voluntarily or if on purpose, was different from class to class. By which I meant I slept in English class as much as I could, so I hopefully wouldn't fall asleep in any of the other classes. And because of this surgery, I also couldn't take part in PE. And on one day, I think it was Wednesday, we had like the big lunch break, and then 2 periods of PE, and then the next period was English. So I had just 3 periods free, so I just ate and took a nap in the fucking break room that's reserved for the 11th and 12th graders. And I wake up and realize like, oh fuck, English class started like 10 minutes ago. So I just packed my stuff, went up to my classroom, just entered like, sorry, fell asleep in the break room, went back to my fucking desk, put my jacket on the table, and just continued sleeping. The English teacher just didn't say a word. There was another case where I was already asleep at the start of class, and suddenly the person in front of me woke me up. Hey, huh? The English teacher wants to do essentially like a fucking quick quiz with you, because like there's like small grades you get from just at the start of the lesson, the English teacher picking 2 people and just giving them a small little verbal quiz. And like I looked up and he wants to do that quiz with me. Oh, but you still have a joker, so if you want to continue sleeping, you just use your joker and skip this time. Joker, just went down to sleep again.
I never really knew like how school worked in Germany.
Yeah. Funny enough, this highest level school, it's called Gymnasium. Because the gymnasium is not the gymnasium, it's the Turnhalle. So that's exactly what they thought! Everyone laughs in response to our teacher's words. Checks another photo of the scene. It wasn't the introduction I had in mind, but it doesn't look like they think badly of me. I guess I could consider myself to have been accepted. All I can do is laugh along.
じゃあ転校生の席は稲森の隣が空いてるな。あそこに座ってくれ。
Okay, thank you. There's a smiling girl waving at me, pointing at the empty seat next to her. She must be Inamori. But I'm looking a bit closer. Looks like everyone else is smiling at me too. I think I'll get along just fine here. Homeroom teacher leaves the room after finishing morning homeroom, and I take the opportunity to walk to my new seat.
よろしくね。
Yeah, same here. I greet her and put my bag onto my desk. Oh, on the other side of me, sitting at the seat by the window. God. Every time the soundtrack starts, I just want to sit there for like a fucking minute and just listen to it.
I love when like music does that to you. I did that a lot.
I don't know if I talked about this yet with you specifically, but that was once a time where I was literally just listening to music on my phone, just walking around the house, and suddenly one of the soundtracks from this game came on. I will point out when it comes on again. And like I literally just had to stay still and just not move because I could no longer see my house. I just could actually picture myself on the road the main character takes from school back to home in the evening as the sun slowly went down. Like, I actually just was not allowed to move, because if I moved, I was genuinely scared that I'd, like, fucking fall down a goddamn set of stairs. Because I did not see my house anymore. I only saw the street, even though I was in the fucking hallway of my house.
So it just feels like when you're, like, sleeping and you have, like, one of those dreams that's so good, and then you just wake up and you just, like, want to cry. Because it's just, like... You get sad that you got taken away from that.
That there's one soundtrack in this game that you have not heard yet, because it is a very... It's like the emotional scene soundtrack, essentially. And this happened during Corona, when I got my second Corona shot. And you know how the first Corona shot is like, you sniffle a bit, maybe feel a little bit tired, but nothing else, and then you get the second shot and you're fucking dead?
Those shots hurt.
They don't hurt him. Personally,
I don't know, mine hurt.
Like in my opinion, shots or even just like syringes, there's like an uncomfortable pressure, but I don't feel pain. Yeah, the way
I feel like everything related to the coronavirus hurt.
But yeah, I got the second shot, and I was recording on that day, and I literally was like, you know what? Actually, Jesus Christ, I'm starting to feel the fucking shot. Starting to get kind of like woozy. I want to end the recording for the day and just lay down. And I was like, I was still feeling like relatively okay. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling exhausted. I really need a nap now. And so I ended recording. I went upstairs and suddenly like punched me in the fucking face. I felt terrible. I just laid down in my bed on my back. Like I put on that soundtrack. Because, like, it's a soundtrack that I like to listen to calm down. And just laid in bed. It's just, I don't know if the fucking deliriousness from the shot just caused me to develop, like, a hidden 8th layer of empathy. But I just lied in bed, like, fucking bawling my eyes out. Like, you went through so much! Like, I just sat there. Like, when the scene that I remembered then comes, I will try to remind you. But I just laid there, like, fucking crying my eyes out. Because I just was able to feel the pain of one of the characters too vividly.
It's like, dang, what did they put in that shot?
Like, I felt like I fucking became a temporary Esper or something. There's the girl I saw in the hallway earlier. So she sits next to me. She's looking out the window, looking bored. It's a quiet scene. It's actually been completely separated from this classroom. I should say hello since we're gonna be sitting next to each other and all. And I'll just introduce myself up there, but I'm Hino Diosuke. We'll be sitting next to each other starting the day. Nice to meet you. Her voice is clear. It's like pure ice without even a hint of bubbles or foam marring the surface. She returns her gaze back out the window after a glance in my direction. She's pretty quiet. She's also quite pretty, which I almost accidentally said. I will always say that I personally feel like black hair is really, really beautiful.
My wife has black hair, so I agree.
You got the bias.
I am a little biased. I got a taste, okay?
I regret saying it like I did, because you have the bias. Sounded like I accidentally said the bias. And I recently started playing Fire Emblem. The Binding Blade. And there is a character in Fire Emblem The Binding Blade called the Bias. And this is what it looks like. fucking. Funny enough, that specific, I'm not playing base game Binding Blade because base game Binding Blade can be an experience. I'm playing Project Ember, which is essentially like a fan-made patch of Binding Blade, where they actually made the game more difficult, but also made everything more consistent. Binding Blade was very infamous for extremely low hit rates, so everything was really inconsistent. But now the enemies are stronger, but you don't have to bank on 50% hit chances with your axe units, for example. Because like even true hit can't help with that.
I hate games where the accuracy is really low. Like
I will
have
say
that
that
problem
Binding
in
Blade
Divinity.
does use True Hit, which example for True Hit is a 50% hit chance is still a 50% hit chance. But for example, like I'm not just open the Serenus Forest fucking table of contents here. Like for example, if the displayed hit rate is 60%, your hit rate is actually 68.4. And for example, if your displayed hit rate is like 90, your actual hit chance is 98.1. While, for example, if your displayed hit chance is even just a 40, instead of your actual hit chance being 40, your hit chance is 32.4. It essentially, true hit is hit rate, but it takes confirmation bias into account. Like, if you see, like, a 90% hit rate, you feel like, oh, that should hit. And true hit essentially makes it so most of the time, it does indeed hit. While you look at like an enemy hit rate of like fucking 20, for example, and they're like, oh yeah, 20% hit chance, that's not gonna hit. And it's not gonna hit because the actual hit chance is 8.2%.
I mean, so why the need to change it? Because like 90% statistically will almost always hit, and a 20% would probably not hit.
It's confirmation bias. It's entirely confirmation bias because you look at 90% and be like, yeah, that's like almost certain to hit. But imagine if the 10% happens. Essentially, what it does is it makes it supports confirmation bias. What you think is more likely to hit is more likely to hit. It is not bothering with the actual statistics, but more with the feel of it.
Okay. I mean, I just feel like 90% you wouldn't need to change that. Like, that would statistically hit most of the time. But there's still the odds that it doesn't.
Yeah, it essentially just makes it so what you feel like it should do is more likely to happen.
Okay, so it just like turns it up to an extreme.
Yes, like
so it's like low percentages or even lower.
Everything above 50% is more likely to hit, while everything below 50% is less likely to hit.
I feel like that just makes it almost more punishing in a way.
It makes it more punishing for low hit rates, but the thing is that the enemy units tend to have lower hit than your units. So it is in actuality really like balanced towards you. It's just the problem with base Binding Blade is that 80% hit chances are very common for accurate units. So imagine your inaccurate axe users coming in like, oh shit, I have to hit this boss with a 30% hit chance, which in reality is like fucking 15.
Oh, okay.
And Project Ember essentially fixes that, but it does not make the game easier. Instead, it makes maps harder overall. It boosts some stats on certain NPCs, but it makes all hit rates better. Like, everything is more accurate. It is more consistent.
Okay. Yeah, I could see why you'd want that then.
I fucking wasted time again. God fucking damn it.
I've already sensed that's a theme since...
I actually sat in on someone's recording of the Barbarian yesterday, but like the joke was that during the entire recording, while he's just while also being a part of the recording, was playing Total War Warhammer 3.
So you're half paying attention.
Oh, we're still paying attention. Like Total War Warhammer 3 is very much a you only need small bursts of attention whenever your turn comes around. Yes, the teacher comes in with the bell, and so the curtain rises on my new school life. First period ends and break starts.
やっ、お疲れ。転校初日からなかなか大変みたいね。
You're a Sego, right?
そう、瀬川夏希。今日からあんたのクラスメートよ。よろしく。
So how many
Incidentally,
of the
you will
Oh, go ahead.
find the comedy behind the fact that Natsuki shares second place with another character. Or I guess I should say third place, since first place is also shared by two, so we just strike second place. You know how that usually
don't need
works?
second
Like
place.
when two people share first place, they like the next spot is always just third place. For example, in Mario Party.
Mhm. If you're not first, you're last.
This game has a very universal last place. Don't worry.
So have we met all the girls yet, or is there going to be
No.
another?
There is going to be a sixth, which is sadly worst girl.
Wait,
Not
is
because
there
she's
6?
Bad.
I thought we met 4.
4. Right. I was already thinking ahead a little bit. Sorry. Since I mentioned like she shares third place with another character, I was like, ah, yeah, that one's also already been introduced.
Okay, so there's 6 girls.
Yes.
Okay,
6 girls, all with 6 H scenes.
nice.
Actually, it might be 7 now after the perfect edition. I'm not sure if they added H scene actually. I know they added new scenes with new CGs. Yeah, likewise.
じゃあ早速挨拶代わりの1枚。
Kim brings the camera up to her face again and clicks the shutter. We're pretty open about taking photos during homeroom. I assume that's allowed then?
だって私卒アル委員だもん。
We were talking about that the day before yesterday too.
卒アル委員はある程度の範囲まで撮影が認められてるのよ。そりゃ試験中とか意味もなく授業中にっていうのはダメだけどね。
So it's okay as long as it's not disruptive.
そういうこと。だから卒アル委員のメンバーには確固たるモラルと何よりも場の空気を読む能力が求められるのよ。
Which means the main character of Hotscore 1-1 would not be able to be a member. God, I hate the main character of Hotscore 1-1. Like, someone in Scott's server, Sutwell, actually says he actually likes the Hotscore 1-1 main character, and I still do not respect him. That is enough reason for me to not respect the man, at least to a degree.
I feel like for every opinion, there's always going to be someone who has the opposite one. There's always going to be someone who likes the character that
Like,
nobody else likes.
People also generally like the main character Kiniro Haruka more, but I just prefer Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai's main character because he feels like more of a fleshed out character in my opinion. Yeah, I get it.
あ、ねえ、そういえばあんたさっき自己紹介した時、昔は塩なぎに住んでたって言ってたわよね。
Yeah, I transferred out halfway through elementary school.
じゃあさ、この学校にもあんたの昔の友達とかいるの？
I know at least one, Shinozaki Marika. We were classmates in elementary school.
篠崎まりか。ああ、A 組の篠崎さんね。
You know her?
もちろん。ちょっとおとなしいけど可愛くて性格もいいし、1年の頃から男子たちの間で評判になってる子よ。
Huh. The Shinozaki I know is popular with the guys, huh?
告白した男子も何人かいるけど、私の知る限り全員玉砕してるわね。
You got confessed to? That is all too new of a concept to me since I only know this Shinozaki from elementary school. She's really grown in the time that I haven't seen her. Like in the chest region. So you know lots of stuff about people in other classes, huh?
そりゃそっちはいいんですから。
She is the informant. She has dirt on everyone.
Oh, I got someone like that at work.
Oh lord. Actually, I think I've talked about before that my part-time job is at a supermarket. And first off, I'm no longer the youngest person working at the supermarket. There's another person that's younger than me now, and I feel old again. And I also said young person at one point, like during one of my shifts near the end, when we were getting all the produce out of the produce section and into the cooler. Just mentioned like, hey, you were grocery shopping yesterday. Yes, I was grocery shopping with my grandmother since she needs help with that. Oh yeah, so that was your grandma. She's so fucking adorable. Like, she just like was fucking gushing but apparently she thinks that my grandma is really adorable because she's so tiny.
I don't know if I knew that you worked at a supermarket. Does I work at a grocery store as well?
Yeah, I am the poor fucker that has to fucking carry around the crates of glass balls the entire fucking day.
Oh, so are you working in like dairy then?
No, like beer crates. And,
Oh, okay, you're
like,
doing
water
beer.
crates. Like Germany has a lot more glass bottles than plastic.
Yeah, see, everything we have is like plastic. America uses so much plastic. It's
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
we use a lot of glass because we just reuse the glass after it's washed.
Yeah, like that's how it should be. That's smart, but we don't do that.
Fun fact,
like-
one of my very first off, my family technically has 2 family emblems because because my family perfectly is the meeting point of 2 different families that used to in the past have like an actual like emblem for their family. And secondly, one of my ancestors was actually a renowned glass blower.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We gotta. Those words seem to be our answer to everything.
ねえ、よかったら昼休みに学校の中を案内してあげるけど、おととい助けてもらった俺っていうことでどう？
Oh no, we got another choice. But we're trying to go with Barika, so I don't want to like give her attention. I can show you around school during lunch break. What? You did say I could say yes to everybody, and then I just have to make a decision later. Hmm.
Also, no one says you can only have a look around the school with one person.
I don't know. I kind of want to take her up on her offer because like I need to see more around the school, anyways. Should we do that?
Up to you.
All right, we'll let her.
Have her show me around then. Oh, yeah, if you're offering. Oops, no, I've already asked Shinozaki to show me around. Sorry, Shinozaki's actually already going to be showing me around.
Oh, can't have them
So
both.
I'll accept just a sentiment.
へえ、篠崎さんにね。
What's with that evil-looking smile?
We're gonna do the thing that no other guy in the school can.
You know what? I have a question real quick.
What's up?
I think 4 hours is enough of a gap between drinking alcohol and having taken painkillers.
I don't know. I mean, you're not really supposed to mix them.
Yeah, because I took like painkillers at 4 p.m. and we started at roughly like past 8. So it was like roughly like 4 hours and a half since I took the painkillers and I'm drinking alcohol.
I think that would depend on who you ask.
I'm gonna fucking crash!
Like, I think you'll be okay.
I will take off my jacket though because it is getting warm. Yeah, context. Painkillers. I have a very slightly infected ear right now, which is mildly annoying.
Ooh.
Yeah. happens to me a lot for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because I
mean-
constantly have headphones on.
Yeah. Are you getting water in them? Like, what's getting them infected?
I do get water on them when I shower because you need to wash out your ears.
I don't think I wash out my ears.
Like you actually need to clean those fuckers. Like what? You're gonna fucking let the fucking everything build up in there?
I mean, I don't do that in the shower though.
I just wash it out a little bit in the shower.
Mm. My daughter got water in my ears when I was like taking a bath one time. She came in and poured a bucket of water in my head. And then my ears were hurting after because there was water stuck.
I mean, you just have to like make sure that what comes out. Like the way I wash my ears is like I like kind of like let the water like have the shower head spray the water in there. Afterwards, I just shake my head a little bit so downwards with the ear that I put in, and then I like kind of like fucking like essentially get like the rest of the water out with my finger. And after the shower, I usually take some paper towels and like dry it out.
I know it can get stuck in there pretty deep. My wife showed me like this method of like clearing it out, and that like a ton of water actually like, came out after I did that. I think it was pretty deep in there.
And wait outside in the hallway for Shizaki once lunch break starts. Segawa's been next to me this whole time for some reason. What are you doing here, Segawa?
何って待ち合わせだけど
Oh, you too. Sorry for prying then.
遅いわね、篠崎さん。
Maybe your class is going on late. I'm sure she'll show up soon enough. Wait a second, why does Segawa care about Shinozaki being late? Segawa's got someone else she's waiting for, right? Eventually?
Yeah, sure. Somebody else.
Girl
Ooh.
sits next to me, walks out from our classroom. She's got some wrapped in cloth in her hands, probably a lunchbox. She's probably going to go eat lunch somewhere else. As usual, her expression gives nothing away. Actually, seems a bit cold. Segawa elbows me while I idly watch her walk away.
何何？リカに興味あり？
Rika, okay. I was waiting for them to reveal her name.
Hold on.
Are you sending me something? I heard you typing.
I'm looking for something. God damn it, it's clicked off. It's got a small pic. Actually, no, never mind. It only looks small, I think. Open link, open image, new tab. Actually, never mind. It is tiny.
Eardrop the Rika Queen.
Yeah, there's like an entire archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh called which is called Rika, which is all based on like winter flowers.
Is that what that translates to?
I don't know. It's just like all of them are based on flowers that bloom in winter. Anyways, funnily enough, they have like one of the most busted form of removal, which is just tributing an opponent's monster, which literally cannot be resisted unless a fucking card says this card can't be tributed.
Are you a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan?
Yes, I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I played when I was younger. Not anymore, though.
Ancient Gears for the win.
Ancient Gears. That sounds familiar.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember those then.
Hold on, Ancient Gear. You probably at least know Ancient Gear Golem.
Yeah.
while there are at this point retrains of Ancient Gear Golem, which are literally just Ancient Gear Golem but better. Specifically, Ancient Gear Dark Golem is the newest retrain of Ancient Gear Golem. And like, do you roughly remember the effect of Ancient Gear Golem?
Looking at it right now, actually.
Yeah, let me read out the effect of Ancient Gear Dark Golem. This card's name becomes Ancient Gear Golem while in the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal special summoned, you can add up to 2 cards, Ancient Gear cards or Gear Town, from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Gear Dark Golem. Then discard 1 card. Also, you cannot set cards for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Ancient Gear Dark Golem once per turn. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell traps until the end of the next step. This card searches you 2 cards. Power creep's fucking wild, brother.
Yeah, I know Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten more complicated over time.
Yeah. Oh god, oh, I fucking love this render of Ancient Gear Golem. Hold on, I do feel the need to post this one real quick. Fucking look at this unit.
It is pretty sick. It looks like something straight out of a visual novel, honestly.
I mean, it could easily be from like Duel Links, which does use like character sprites and scenes. Like that, and one other archetype that I like, 2 other archetypes that I really like are Sword Soul and Labyrinth, actually. Let me just. Labyrinth is like a very like heavily trap-based archetype, and you wanna go ahead with like essentially like labyrinth is the field spell, for example, and a lot of them are like of this of the Silver Castle or Labyrinth something.
I'm just reading card effects and I'm like, this is why I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really understand this.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, this here is the like some of the this here is the fucking card art for the boss monster of the Labyrinth archetype. The entire Labyrinth archetype is that one, which is the lovely lady of the Labyrinth, or lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle, is hella gay for the knight that keeps trying to fight her way through her labyrinth. So she keeps thinking up new traps to make her stay in the labyrinth as long as possible. And in the design documents, the character designer specified that in his original character design, he made her have like rings under her eyes because she continuously stayed up late to think of new traps for the night lady. And the reason why he did that is because he thinks women that look tired and exhausted are hot.
I mean, she do be kind of cute, though.
She is very cute, yes. There's also a version of her in armor. No, Lady Labyrinth in the Silver Castle, that's what it's called, that lovely lady. Lady Labyrinth in the Silver Castle. Fucking geared up in armor.
I really like the art, but it feels like it's like so different than what I remember Yu-Gi-Oh being.
Yeah. Like, and like when you ever question like what the fuck happened with Yu-Gi-Oh, just hold on,
Got invaded by anime girls.
this is now an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh.
House Dragon Maid? Is this a real card?
Yes, there's an entire Dragon Maid archetype.
Bro, what happened to Yu-Gi-Oh?
A lot. There's a lot of waifu bait at this point.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of waifus.
Actually, one of the newer Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes that came out with literally the newest set is called Malice, which is Alice in Wonderland mixed with different malware. Like, for example, one of the Link monsters, yes, there are Link monsters now, is Malice Q Red Ransom, which is based on the ransomware Red Ransom.
I gotta say, though, that art goes hard.
There's also White Binder. It was like a good art of White Binder. This is the best one, which coincidentally is for some reason the German version of the card.
Dang, these cards look so cool though. Like I love like the black or the blue like pattern in the back.
Like I will say that the card design have become very intricate and nice looking. Like none of them are like the more monster stuff from back in the day, but still fucking sick.
Yeah, these feel like so different from like how I imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Like evolving. Not the direction I thought it would go.
Like
Freaking anime girls taking over everything.
Another one that was meta not too long ago is fucking names. Fucking god damn it.
So what's the deal with the whole Link thing?
Link is essentially just there we go, Snake Eyes, that's the one. Link is essentially just you. It does like, you know. Do you know Synchro still?
Yeah, I remember the Sync monsters.
Okay. So Synchro. Then there's Xyz, which instead of having you need to add up levels together, in order to make the level of the Synchro monster, instead Xyz is you can put a level 4 and a level 4 above to make a rank 4 Xyz. And Link has none of those restrictions. It's just as long as you have the monsters, that fulfill the requirements on the card. For example, with Malice Q Red Ransom, just 2 monsters, one of which is a Malice monster, and it's a Link 3. So you need overall a Link rating of 3 to summon this. So the monsters can just be 3 monsters, or 1 monster and a Link 2 monster, or just 3 Link 1 monsters, or it could technically even be a 1 singular Link 4 monster. Well, in this case, not, because you need 2 monsters, so just 1 Link 4 and a random monster you have.
I'm still a little confused, but I'll take your word on it.
And then, like, another archetype that was recently topping was Snake Eyes, which has 1 monster that is the waifu bait in the series. Hold on. I just don't remember the fucking name right now. The Abel Star, there we go. Star. Like, then, like, this was, like, one of the main monsters of, like, a recent archetype as well. Anyways, that's enough Yu-Gi-Oh! For the day.
Yeah, this looks like straight from a visual novel.
Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has become a lot of waifu bait.
I see that. I didn't realize, like, Japanese culture's been taken over by, like, gacha and just waifus.
Funny enough, there's one card that's currently the menace of the meta in OCG specifically. Because, like, in OCG, they refuse to ban it because, like, oh, it keeps the combo decks in check. Which, this card has existed since, like, I think 2000 and... Was it 2016? I don't remember. Max C. When it came out, No
Oh, I
one
remember Maxi.
bothered with it. Because like, oh, back then, like, you barely ever you do not special summon that often. Now people use Maxi because they essentially fucking have to. Like, this card originally came out in 2011 and no one fucking used it because, like, you didn't special summon that frequently. Now people special summon, like, upward of, like, fucking 10 times, which means by them just special summoning, you go +9. Which, the fact that Pot of Greed is banned because it makes you go +1 should tell you how fucking bad that is.
Pot of Greed is just an amazing card.
Yeah. Yeah, Pot of Greed is literally just, hey, you get to thin your deck by whatever, how many copies you're playing. Like, any copy of Pot of Greed literally just means, like, there's one less card in your deck, but also you get to draw one additional card. It is literally as if you, like, whenever you draw top Pot of Greed, it was as if you did not even draw Pot of Greed, but instead just drew another card, and you just had, like, a effect that you did not even need to have a card for that just says draw one card.
Well, if you draw Pot of Greed, it allows you to play Pot of Greed, which allows you to play 3 additional cards.
2 cards. You draw 2 cards.
I'm just referencing the meme.
Yes, I know. Eureka, got her name.
何よあんた、名前も知らずに見惚れてたわけ？
She didn't tell me her name when I introduced myself. In fact, she never spoke to me even once after I introduced myself, even though we sit next to each other. Even during breaks, she'd either plug some earphones into her smartphone and listen to music, or I'd turn around and she'd just be gone. I do not I do not relate to this school at all. My school specifically had a rule where you were not allowed to use your phone at all outside from one spot outside in the yard.
Yeah, I don't know of any school that like lets kids just listen to their music
Like,
or play on their phone.
Like, I just turned off my phone at schools.
Yeah, I mean that's what you should be doing, but a lot of people don't listen to that.
Funny enough, actually, one time during a fucking physics test, I sat there, was doing my
じゃあ
test.
私
Whoops,
が教
fuck.
えてあげる。名字はね、
Accidentally hit the fucking skip button while gesturing. Essentially, I was just sitting in fucking physics class and, like, during the test, and was like, fucking, like, on the last 2 exercises, suddenly, like, wait, I suddenly hear something. And so, like, I, like, went as far down with my ear towards my left pocket, and, like, I noticed, like, oh, that's music from my phone. I somehow, apparently, did not press the off button properly, and it was still turned on, and was playing music on the earphone. So I just started doing the exercise, the last 2 fucking exercises as quickly as possible. Like, fucking call for the teacher, I'm done with my test, and my phone is on, and it's currently playing music. Can I go outside and just quickly turn it off? Well, yeah, but you're not allowed to continue your fucking test. Don't worry, I'm done. Anyways, I haven't seen her talk to anyone else either.
じゃあ私が教えてあげる。名字はね。
You know what? It's fine.
まさかあんた出会って間もない女子を下の名前で呼ぶつもり？意外とナンパだったのね。
No, I'm not. I'll just ask her myself. We sit next to each other, so it'd be nice if we could become friends, you know. I was thinking it might be a good opportunity to start up conversation.
おお、前向きな性格してんのね。でもリッカはちょっと手強いと思うわよ。
I'm nothing if not annoyingly persistent. The annoyingly is important.
That's like most protagonists. But you know, I can respect it.
I will say one thing. I hate when people like try to like act in a way to imply something instead of just saying it. Like, Imagine you start hanging out with someone, like you hang out with someone for a very long time, and suddenly they start spending less and less time with you, like even to the point of just like sometimes ignoring messages and shit like that, because they just don't feel like hanging out with you. Like if that's not actually the case, sure, fine. But if it is actually because they don't want to hang out with you anymore, just fucking tell me to my face instead of being a fucking coward. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that a lot. It's like with people I'm like trying to become friends with. It's like, especially if you don't message first, like you'll never hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, sometimes I stop messaging people because I'm like, well, if I'm the only one putting effort in.
That does remind me of one fucking tweet I saw on like a fucking the man question videos from Showhead or something. Like someone said like, hey guys, tell me why you stopped messaging a girl. And he said like, I was always the one messaging first, and eventually I just decided, let's see if she'll ever message me back. And she never did, so I just decided if she didn't want to put in the effort, I'm not going to put in the effort either.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to know, like, if you have a friendship going. But it's kind of depressing when they don't message back and you're like, oh. I guess it's just me.
I don't expect to become friends with her right away. I'll go talk to her right now.
いってら
I run over to her after Sega was setting off. Hey, you, wait a second. I stopped myself from calling you Rika and ended up with an awkward start. She moves her head slightly, checking to see if there's anyone else around that I could be referring to, and then turns towards me.
何
I've been wondering for a while now, but could you tell me your name? She stares up at me with narrow eyes. I'm a little scared.
鳴沢立花
She tersely states her name and just up and leaves as if to indicate that there's nothing more to talk about. Narasawa Rika, okay. Didn't really get to talk to her, but I do know her name now.
ナイスファイトだったじゃないの転校
She only told me her name though.
生上出来よ立花ってああやって一人でいることが多くてね気づいたらいつの間にかいなくなっちゃってるのよおかげであの子だけ圧倒的に写真が少なくて困ってるのよね
To be fair, I somewhat relate to Rika at the same time because I was that one kid during like the breaks in school that just found himself quiet place where no one was at, just waited for the break to be over for a very long time.
Yeah, I've definitely had points in my life where I was like that. I try not to be like that anymore.
Like,
I try to go out of my
I
way.
very much used to be the bullied kid.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Funny enough, that ended roughly when like one of the more popular kids talked to me, and I found out that this man also likes Fire Emblem.
Ah.
Yeah. I do
Yeah, that's
remember
kind of happened to me.
I do remember specifically this man was down bad for Camilla from Fates.
From which one?
Fates.
Fates?
Fire Emblem Fates, yes. The one that came after Awakening that everyone hates.
Okay. See, I don't know anything about Fire Emblem, so...
You've at least seen Camilla, and I can assure you. In fact, you know what? I don't even need to look for a picture. I can probably just open the gifts section of Discord. Just Fire Emblem Camilla.
I've never played Fire Emblem at all, so...
Yeah, but you've at least seen her. You've at least seen her.
Looks kind of familiar. Do I need to know the context of that GIF?
Funnily enough, that is her intro cuts, like part of her intro cutscene before you fight her in Birthright, because she's like, oh, you're like fucking being brainwashed by the Hoshidans to fight against the Norians, and she's like trying to convince you to come back to the Norians, which you will not.
She looks like she's about to shove her chest into our face.
Oh, she does that very frequently. She's very down bad for the main character.
So why are we fighting her?
Because she is one of the princesses of Nor, and Birthright has you be on the side of the Hoshidans, which are at war with Nor. And the fact, the thing with Fates is that the main character was raised in Nor as one of the princes or princesses, depending on which gender you choose. So this is like technically their older sister. But eventually they are fucking during like a border dispute that their father sent them to because you pissed off their father by not immediately killing prisoners and instead protecting them from being just summarily executed immediately. Essentially you get captured by the Hoshidans and you find out that none of your siblings from Nor are actually your real siblings because King Garen, the king of Nor, fucking arranged a diplomatic meeting in a neutral territory with the king of Hoshido, where he proceeded to ambush and murder the king of Shido and kidnap one of his children, only to raise them as his own. You are a prince of Hoshido in actuality. Well, in actuality, you're only a prince of Hoshido because your mother married the king of Hoshido. You're actually the prince or princess of Vala, but we hate any and all plot details that have to do with Vala because it's bullshit.
So what I'm hearing is we were born on the wrong side because we don't have the mommy dami.
You're born on in the wrong fucking game, quite frankly.
So I think we should be on her side.
You play Faith because it has very intriguing and in-depth unit building mechanics. You do not play it for the gameplay and for the story. I mean, the story is dog shit. But yeah, anyways.
いくら話しかけてもそっけない返事ばっか返ってくるし、声かけはあんたの2ヶ月先輩よ。
Really? Which is that?
もち、卒アル委員としてはみんな平等に写真撮らなきゃいけないじゃない。それにそっけなくても返事するってことは一応コミュニケーション取る気があるってことでしょ。
Way more optimistic than I am, Sego.
でももったいないわよね。あんだけ美人なんだから笑ったら絶対可愛いしモテまくりだと思うんだけどな。ねえ、そう思わない？
What are you asking me for?
一般的な男子の見解が聞きたいのよ。
Well, I guess she's pretty.
何よ。
Are we considered the average male?
Well, considering that he is in high school second year and already knows what he wants to do with his life, very much not.
Yeah, he's already wanting to be an architect. He's got his life figured out. He's just casually grabs a girl's boob.
This man is what we in the local tongue call a Giga Chad.
He's the average like male fantasy.
I'm not gonna think anything more than that when I've barely talked to her.
意外と硬いのね。でもま、あんたみたいなのが転校してきてくれて本当よかったわ。
That's a good topic for the graduation album.
それもあるけど、リカのことよ。
あ、そう。
あの子あんな感じでしょ。今は私くらいしか喋りかけるやついないのよ。やっぱ学園生活ってみんなで楽しむもんでしょ。リッカにもそうあってほしいなっていう私のおせっかい。だからあんたにもこれに懲りずリッカに話しかけてあげてほしいのよ。リッカは多分迷惑があると思うけどね。
She comes off a lot like Sakaki. Josiah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's who I kind of immediately thought of.
I mean, she also kind of looks like Zagaki, to be fair.
Yeah, they look really similar. They kind of act similar. They just kind of look like annoyed with everything and don't want to be a part of the group, but kind of get dragged in anyways.
That's the alcohol gone. Actually, no, I'm curious. Which game came out first? Actually, no. I'm curious now. Ori Yume.
I would imagine Josiah is older.
I'm still checking just because curious. Japanese illustrated release date of Grisaya 2000 like the 19th of November 2010. While Hoshi Ori Mirai is the No wonder I feel so connected to this game. The trial version came out on my birthday, 2014.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even think they would be that old, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's been a while at least.
I mean, I'd have no idea.
I'm curious how old Tsukide Kanakada Terayamasho is now. Tsuki no Kanada Daimasho. Not there. That one's 2019. Make a new game! Toneworks! Make more games! You make so much good shit! He shows me another frank smile. Sega was actually pretty conscientious about her friends.
あわよくば落としちゃってあんたの女にするのもよしよ。
You should listen to the words coming out of your mouth.
あれ、リカじゃご不満？
I'll start by becoming friends with her.
それもそうね。お待たせ。
Shizaki comes running over when I'm talking to Segawa.
遅くなっちゃってごめんね。授業が長引いちゃって。
You okay? She's got her hands on her knees, panting. I'm worried her asthma might start acting up.
平気だよ。
She must realize what I was thinking. She looks up and makes a point to smile at me.
遅くなっちゃって本当にごめんね。待ったでしょ？
Not really.
全然。こっちはこっちで適当にだべっていただけだし気にしないでいいのよ。え？ありがとう。
By the way, random question, but go ahead and take a look at these two.
Alright.
Whose boobs are bigger?
Whose boobs are bigger? How did I know this is what you were gonna ask me? I almost feel... It's hard to tell because of the angles, too. I almost feel like Marika's are bigger.
Alright.
But like I said, the angle could be playing tricks.
Yeah, it could.
え？だって実際大して待ってないじゃない。
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
確か C 組の瀬川さん？卒アル委員所属の瀬川夏樹。よろしくね、篠崎さん。はい、よろしくお願いします。敬語はなしなし。同い年なんだからさ。てなわけで篠崎さんじゃなくてマリカって呼んでいい？いいけど。それじゃあ3人揃ったところで学食行きましょう。
Wait, what? Aren't you waiting for someone too, Segawa?
だからマリカと。
Really, Shinzaki?
私は何も。
What's going on here, Segawa?
私もあんたたちと一緒にお昼食べようと思って。
Why so suddenly?
久しぶりに出会った幼馴染の男女が過ごす甘いひとときをフレームに収めたいと思ったからよ。そういうのって卒業アルバムを飾る一枚にふさわしいと思わない？
Wow. Here I thought she wanted to be friends.
What are you talking about? We're just gonna go eat lunch, right, Shinzaki?
そうだよ。もちろん無理にとは言わないわ。二人きりの時間を誰にも邪魔されたくないっていうのなら遠慮するわよ。
She's using us for content.
Well, I'm fine if Shinazaki's fine. Fucking, like, set up a fucking full-on recording set for, like, fucking, like, proper, like, movie recording type shit. Recording setup, like, alright, I'm done, I'm uploading this to YouTube.
And then we never see her again. She got what she wanted.
私も別にダメってことは。決まりね。じゃあ早く学食行きましょう。のんびりしていると席なくなっちゃうわよ。ほら早く早く。
A few minutes later, the three of us are sitting on a bench in the courtyard.
いやー、席なかったわね。ごめんなさい。私がもう少し早く来られていればよかったんだけど。
Don't worry about it, there'll be tons of chances to go to the cafeteria from now on. In fact, it feels pretty good eating bread outside.
うちの学校の購買はパンも豊富だからね。ものによっては瞬間で売り切れるから争奪戦よ。
Why is that such a common trope? Why does it always sell out?
I don't know.
There's so many animes that do that. They always sell out.
There really were a lot of different kinds. Took me a while to decide.
何を買ったの？
A curry bread, a sausage donut, and a vegetable tuna sandwich. My old school only had super stereotypical stuff like red bean bread and jam bread, so it was pretty boring.
ほら食べよう食べよう。学校案内ってイベントが控えてるんだからさ。いただきます。
Alright, let's see.
いただきます。
We each open up the packaging and start eating. That melon bread you're eating.
そうそう。中にメロン風味のクリームの入った新メロンパン。
Now that's heresy. Melon bread should be judged solely based on the crisp pattern on the outside.
何言ってるのよ。見た目だけでメロンを名乗ってる方がおこがましいじゃない。メロン成分がちゃんと備わってこそのメロンパンよ。購買じゃ人気商品の一つよ。特に女子人気は抜群なんだから。
Head with the girls, huh? So that doesn't mean you've got one too, Shinozaki.
買ってるよ。よかったら食べてみる？
She opens up her melon bread. She pushes it out so it's halfway out of the packaging and holds it out to me. I'll try some then, yeah. I'll bring my face closer and take a bite. What was that for?
女の子が差し出したパンをそのまま食べる。これってまさに
Oh
幼
my
馴染
gosh.
か恋人同士ならではの光景よね。
Why did we invite her?
Lovers. Now that she mentions it, it might have looked like awful cutesy lovers just now. I should have taken the bread first before eating it. Sorry about that, Shinozaki.
私は別に気にしてないし。
Shinazaki's
Okay.
looking downward, bright red. Looks like she's gotten weirdly conscious about what Segawa said. Because of what Segawa said. Man, you just take photos at any and all opportunities, don't you?
そりゃあ卒アルいいんですから。
Man, she says that like it's her favorite excuse or something.
I mean, I already knew this is how it was gonna go when she
Yeah.
came along.
別れた二人がこうしてまた同じ学校で出会うって結構すごいことよね。運命的なものを感じたりしない？
Why do you always try to steer the conversation towards that kind of stuff?
だってその方が面白いじゃない。
Besides, might have some old friends here other than Shinozaki. Wouldn't really be destiny if that were the case, right?
実際どうなのマリカ？何が？マリカ以外にも彼の昔の友達ってこの学校にいたりするの？私以外の友達あ、ニラサワくんがいるよ。
Nisawa. His face comes to mind instantly. Nisawa, you mean Nisawa Shuichi? Huh. He goes to this school too? Really? Shuichi's here. I see. Well, happy. Not because I've learned... It's not just because I've learned I have more old friends here. Because Shuichi's pretty special to me as a friend.
ねえマリカ、それって行事のニラサワのこと？
Event? What committee's that?
そうそう。確か行事委員会やってたと思う。
The event committee. That's another committee I've never heard of before. The school's got a lot of weird committees.
ねえねえ、ニラサワとはどういう関係？なんか青春の匂いを感じるんだけど。あ、もちろん変な意味じゃなくてよ。
What did it even mean in a weird way? Shuichi wasn't the same year as Shinozaki and me back at elementary school. Though we were never in the same class. I was in a local soccer club back then, and Shuichi was one of my teammates. We were both forwards, and we went to the same school, so we became friends right away. But we both really hated losing, so we fought over stupid stuff all the time. We never actually stopped being friends or anything. It's weird. We always make up right away after fighting. Maybe it's because it's because we both respected each other.
つま
Talking
り
is hard.
ライバルってやつ？
Yes, it is.
That's a cool way of saying it, but it's more like we just kind of had a hateful friendship.
昼休みになると一緒に
You're
サッカー
turning
してた
into
ってい
me,
つ
adding
も
words
そう
that
言っ
aren't
てた
there.
よね。
I do that all the time.
Yeah, listen, sometimes like the logic says one thing could be there, but it's just instantly not that thing.
I always like to say I have like dyslexia for like adding words that like just aren't there.
I just
I just
have
kind of replace them.
ADHD. I just have ADHD. I'll use that as an excuse.
Oh yeah, I got ADHD for sure.
That's right. He always come play soccer with us, even though he wasn't in another class. We haven't debated of how many goals we scored. Pretty sure it ended with 19 for me and 18 for him, so I was winning. Remember he was real pissed when he heard I was moving? Was like, what, are you gonna run away when you're wedding?
なるほど。ニラサワに愛されてたわけね。
What?
Nah, how'd you reach that conclusion?
よし、じゃあニラサワに会いに行きましょう。かつてはお互いをライバルとして認め合った者同士の感動の再会。卒業アルバムにふさわしい一枚になるわ。
It's just like that one shot from like fucking Fast and the Furious, I think it was.
I feel like she's just trying to create a yaoi scene to like add some kind of love triangle to this
Never
story
mind, it
she's
was-
working on.
It was not Fast and the Furious.
Natsuki's got an agenda.
They just see each other and this is the first thing. Just a manly handshake.
There we go.
I'm really thinking.
Is that from Old Spice?
I don't fucking know.
I feel like that's from an Old Spice commercial.
Oh, that no, it's not from a commercial. It's from an actual movie.
Oh, it is from an actual movie. Okay.
Hold on.
I think they did something similar in an Old Spice commercial.
It was from the Predator. Maybe if I
Predator?
put Predator handshake to yeah, like it. There is the one with the two characters actually like approaching each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now.
どうせこの後マリカに学校の中を案内してもらうんでしょ。そのついでよ。ニラサワの居場所は分かってるし。ね、マリカもいいでしょ。ああ、どうかな。あれ、もしかして二人きりの時間を邪魔されたくないとか。そういうことなら遠慮するけど。違うってば、そんなんじゃないよ。
See, she's just constantly gaslighting
行きま
us.
しょうよね。
She does.
She's like,
that.
"Oh, you guys want to spend time alone?" It's like, "No, we're not together."
Regardless of whether it'll be a moving reunion, I do want to see Shuichi. It's been 7 years after all. Okay, let's go. Say what brought us to the meeting place for this event committee or whatever it is.
ニラサワは昼休みは大抵ここにいるの。
You seriously know everything about the school.
まあね。ニラサワは行事だから。卒アル委員の私とは何かと一緒に行動することが多いのよ。
So what is this event committee anyway? I guess I can just ask Shuichi about it later.
さあ、入るわよ。
Segava throws the door open without even knocking.
ニラサワいる？
Frantic yell sounds out from inside the room. There's someone desperately trying to catch himself from falling out of his chair he was apparently reading in.
ってまたお前か。瀬川、いい加減ノックを覚えろ。もし気まずい場面に遭遇したらどうする気だ。
その時はこれで忘れられない思い出に変えてあげるわよ。
She's like, "I'll take a picture of it for sure."
If I ever walk in on something awkward, I'll make sure you will never live it down.
Yeah, she's like hoping she'll walk into something
She
awkward.
brings the camera to bear and smirks.
相変わらず怖い女だ。で、何しに来たんだ。
あんたに会わせたいやつがいるのよ。ほら、見覚えない？
Sarah grabs my arm and forcefully drags me in front of Shuichi. Shuichi stares hard at me through his glasses.
お前、涼介。
Yeah, been a while, Shuichi.
なんでお前がここに。てか、それうちの制服。もしかしてお前、こっちに帰ってきたのか。
Yeah, just moved back last week. I'm gonna be going to the same school as you starting today.
マジかよ。本当に帰ってきたのか。嘘じゃないよな。
No, I'm seriously back.
そうか。またお前と一緒か。
Shuichi extends his right hand towards me.
おかえり、陽介。
I'm Shuichi. Somebody grip his hand for a handshake.
いいえね。いただき。
Seiko was taking photos like no tomorrow. Shizaki's looking a bit emotional as she watches us shake hands in the reunion. Smile and embarrassment as we end the handshake.
また会えるとは思っていなかった。お前が引っ越して何年になったかな。
7 years. It's good to see you're still the same as ever.
相変わらずサッカーは続けているのか。
Nah, played up through middle school because I found something else I wanted to do. How about you?
俺はちょっと怪我しちゃったからな。まあ、才能の限界も感じてたし。
Listen to you talk. You're saying you've got no talent for it, then that just means that I'm garbage at it.
いや、才能で言ったらお前の方が上だった。やめちまったのもったいなかったな。
さっき聞いたんだけど、2人は同じサッカーチームにいたのよね。
そうだ。2人とも同じフォワードだったんだ。こいつの得点感覚の鋭さには、俺は何度も舌を巻いたよ。
Shuichi was crazy good at dribbling the ball. He could run circles around even the older kids. His feet moved like magic.
魔法だなんて大げさだな。恥ずかしいからやめろって。
I would say the same thing. Stop saying stuff that'll make me blush.
クラブだけじゃなく、学校でも昼休みになるといつも一緒にサッカーしていたそうじゃない。
そうなんだよ。俺たち得点数を競い合っててさ。こいつが引っ越すときは、俺が18点、こいつが17点で、俺が1点
Oh,
勝ってたん
okay,
だ
I
よ。
see.
No, what are you saying? I had 19 and I was in the lead by 1, right?
俺がそんな勘違いするわけないだろ。お前は17点で、俺が18点。1点差で俺の勝ちだ。
They both
Now,
remember it
wait a
differently.
second. I remember clearly. The last day we played, I got that 19th point with a hat trick. You were so pissed.
2点目はディフェンスに当たって入ったオウンゴールだし、3点目は完全にオフサイドだっただろ。審判なんていない遊びのサッカーだからそのまま流したけどさ。
Even if the second one was an own goal, and I'm saying it, not saying it was, that third one was definitely that third one definitely wasn't offside. I know it was sure.
何言ってるんだ。もしあれがクラブの公式戦なら 100% オフサイドだよ。
It wouldn't be 100%. Besides, it's not like you would have been able to see enough to make the call from where you were anyway.
いや、俺には見えてた。120% オフサイドだ。
This jackass just increased it by 20%!
なんか話が食い違ってるみたいね。まずいなぁ。まずいって何が？二人とも普段は仲がいいんだけど、ちょっとしたことですぐに言い合いになっちゃうんだって。よく口喧嘩してたって何度も聞いたことあるから。
Just like when we were kids.
If you really saw it, then why didn't you just say so back then? Huh? Why would you only say that now?
引っ越すお前のために花を持たせてやったんだよ。最後くらい勝たせてやらないとかわいそうだしな。
Excuse me?
Sure.
You'd have
Sure,
felt
buddy.
bad? I'd say I was the one who felt bad for you. What? What did I just interrupt? Sorry. What do you?
Oh no, you're good. I was just hyping you up too.
You only played with us because we had a bunch of rank amateur defenders, right? You could be all smug about getting past it with that garbage dribble of yours that way.
そういうお前こそゴールを決めるたびに有名選手のパクリパフォーマンスをしてたよな。あれはかなり痛かったぞ。
マリカの言う通り、だんだん盛り上がってきたわね。ねえ、二人とも喧嘩しちゃダメだよ。
Don't worry, Shitazaki. We're not fighting.
ああ、思い出話に花を咲かせているだけだよな。
とてもそうは聞こえないんだけど。あんたたち昔は仲良かったのよね。お互いを認め合うライバルだったんでしょ？
Weren't rivals. I told it was just a hateful friendship.
ああ、そうだな。せっかくいなくなってせいせいしたと思ってたのに、また戻ってくるなんて腐れ縁としか言いようがないな。
Oh, is that so? So you're saying that you were acting when you were chasing after the moving van, bawling your eyes out?
当たり前だろ。誰がお前のためになんか泣くかよ。 ちなみに選別代わりにお前にくれてやったメシアスのサイン、あれ俺が書いた偽物だから。
No way, right? Thought that autograph was a real thing. It's framed on my wall right now. Of course I know it was fake. I accepted it because you were so insistent on giving it to me. I don't even know what the hell that thing is.
なくしたのかメシアスのサインを。本当に？
Yeah, I haven't seen it in 7 years, come to think of it.
お前、俺があのサインを手に入れるためにどれだけ苦労したか分かってるのか？
So it's freaking real then!
なんなのこれ。これじゃライバルっていうか、単に子供同士でいがみ合ってるだけじゃない。やっぱり合わせない方が良かったかも。昔聞いた通りの中で何も変わってないよ。
I know we're both
ああ、
idiots.
篠崎の言う通り、全く成長していないな。こいつのバカさ加減は昔とちっとも変わってない。
Right back at you. You just love to show off, just like back when you were a snot-nosed kid.
なんだとこら。
You wanna go?
やめようよ、二人とも。せっかく久しぶりに会ったのに、つまらないことで喧嘩なんて。
いや、つまらなくはない。
Our pride as men is on the line here.
Yeah, because we're men.
これはサクッと勝負で白黒つけるのがいいわね。
That's what I was thinking.
Contest.
男なら力で相手を打ち負かさないとね。男同士のプライドをかけたガチンコ勝負よ。ちょっと瀬川さん。
Head on fight without pride on the line.
面白そうだな。その話、乗ってやってもいいぞ、瀬川。もちろん相手がビビって逃げ出さなければの話だが。
It's the same but for you. How would you apologize now while you still can before you embarrass yourself?
なんだとこら。
You wanna go?
本当に大丈夫なのかな。大丈夫でしょ。ほら、そこのバカ二人、表に出なさい。
Alright, we're gonna settle this like men. Find out right now who was telling the truth.
Looks like time's finally come to settle things.
なあ、お前との腐れ縁に終止符を打ってやるよ。この俺の勝利でな。お互いかつてはサッカー選手同士となればもちろん勝負の方法は PK 戦よ。ルール通り5本勝負なんて甘っちょろいことは言わないわ。最初からサドンデス方式でいくわよ。
So we both take turns shooting, and whoever misses first when the score loses.
PK は何よりもメンタルの強さが試される。男のプライドをかけた勝負にはちょうどいい。
Now that I think about it, I remember you missed penalty kicks a lot. Kick way over the bar like you were trying to get the ball into space.
うるさい。お前だってキーパーに止められたことあるじゃないか。
I still shot the ball into the bounds of the goal. Should be praising those keepers for managing to block those instead.
はいはい、口喧嘩はおしまいって言ったでしょ。さっさと勝負を始めるわよ。最初はどっちから蹴る？
俺から行く。1本目でこいつに引導を渡してやる。
I'd like to see you try.
ああ、先に言っておくけど、負けた方には罰ゲームあるから。
待て、なんだそれは。聞いてないぞ。
男のプライドがかかった戦いなんだから当たり前でしょ。負けた方は勝った方の一日使い走りってことでどう？
That's how it's gonna go. I'm in a fight's gotta have risks.
いいだろう。俺が勝ったらぶっ倒れるまでこき使ってやるから。
なんだか大変なことになってきちゃったよ。ブツブツ言ってないで。マリカはどっちを応援するの？とりあえず日野くん。それってやっぱりあいつのことが幼馴染だから。
Shuji plays the ball down at the penalty mark and slowly walks back. Jump up and down a few times to loosen myself up and then crouch down and ready.
行くぜ。
Come at me. I'll definitely block it. Shuji's right-footed. His shots always come in towards the keeper's left.
くらえ！
Yes, it's to the left. I leap to the left, but... What the...
ゴール！
Ah,
はっは！どうだ涼介。この俺のシュートはお前には止められまい。
my prediction was off. He was going to the left, but the ball went flying into the complete other side. Wait a second. Hey, what the heck? It's not the ball that flew in, but hey, this is your shoe! It's the leather shoe that he'd been wearing on his right foot!
Nari?
The ball sitting there motionless at Shuji's feet.
だっさ。でも、絵的には面白かったからよし。やったー、さすがだよ。
Great job.
It doesn't make me happy to hear you praise what happened just now, Shinozaki.
とりあえず交代だ。
I switch plays with Shuichi. I'm up to kick now. Place the ball down and take a few steps back. It's been so long since I didn't kick the ball. I'm a bit nervous. No, I guess I'm not too anxious since he's already missed. Let's see. What should I kick? Left or right? What should I pick?
来い。
Yeah, this is still the first shot, so I might as well just kick it as hard as I can. Go! Ah! What have I done? Kicked the ball as hard as I could and it ricocheted off the post.
よっしゃー。見たか。これが俺の実力だ。
You didn't fucking
You
block
didn't even do
anything.
anything.
Clearly just missed. So
This guy.
too bad kicking the ball just now. Just got nostalgic. Can't help but smile from how good it feels.
あいつ外したのに笑ってるわよ。真面目にやらないと負けちゃうよ。
Yeah, I know, Shinozaki. Just now was pretty much practice. We'll get for sure next time.
ふん。ニヤニヤしやがって。だが勝負はこれで終わりだ。
Shuichi's second shot.
あ、宇宙開発シュート。
の
The ball goes flying way over the bar.
I'm just imagining, you know, like Pokemon when Team Rocket went blasting off and then it like had a star in the sky.
Yeah.
That was the ball.
They're seriously exactly the same as you were back then.
うるさい。今日は少し調子が悪いだけだ。次は必ず決めてやる。
Next time. It'll be the end if I get it this time, right? He knows that, right? Take a few steps back and take a deep breath. This time I temper my force and aim for the right side of the goal. This time for sure! Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead.
Man down.
Hide the body. Wasn't a crazy coincidence, Shuichi leapt to the right too. He blocked the shot with his face. Kidding me. Hey, you alright?
あれは痛いわ。でも絵的には美味しい。
見たか俺の実力を。
Yeah, you look great, man.
I'm pretty sure this is the only time they use the sprite fin with the nosebleed. Shuichi looks pretty happy despite the nosebleed.
I'm surprised his glasses didn't break.
And that one we can say was all you. Let's just say that. Feel kind of sorry for him.
よし、次こそ決めてこの勝負に終止符を。
Look, he's dying.
もう見てられないわ。マリカ、ちょっとカメラ持ってて。いいけど。ほら、ボールよこしなさい。
おい、瀬川。
Second hand, she does like your camera and wrests the ball from Chuchi's hands.
大蹴り、瀬川夏樹。
Excuse me?
待てー。なんだよ大蹴りって。これは俺とあいつの男のプライドをかけた勝負だぞ。女がシャシャリ出てくるな。
そういうことは鼻血止めてから言いなさいよ。みっともない。
Got a
皆様
point.
は負傷退場。続きはこの私が引き受けるわ。
Oh, wait, you serious? Why do I have to do this against Segawa? Wait, does she play soccer too?
もしかして瀬川さん、昔サッカーやってたの？全然。ボールなんて一度も蹴ったことないわよ。
だったらなんで変わったんだよ。
だってあんたのシュート全然入る気配がないんだもん。それにマリカが向こうの応援してるし、ニラサワだけ孤立無縁じゃかわいそうだしね。てなわけで次、私がキッカーよ。
Well, if you really want to, sure, but I don't even know how I'd feel if I just won against an amateur.
言うじゃない。それなら、もし私がゴールを決めたら、 その時点で勝負はこっちの勝ちってことでいいかしら？
Well, sure, fine by me. We can say it's Shuichi's win if you manage to score a goal on me.
よし決まり。男に二言はなしだからね。ねえ、そんな約束して大丈夫なの？
Yeah, might not be a keeper, but I can stop an amateur's shot pretty much on a reflex, probably.
そんな余裕を言っていられるのも今のうちよ。私のシュートを見たら、あんたはその後膝から地面に崩れ落ちるでしょうよ。
I feel like we're getting hustled right now.
Sure, I'd like to see you try.
俺でさえ決められなかったのに瀬川に決めることができるかよ。
Whose side is he even on?
こんな感じよね。
Lays the ball down, takes a few steps back, lets her arms dangle at her sides, takes a deep breath in a wide stance. It's almost like she's Art Cristiano. She's got the look down, but she's still an amateur. An amateur shot usually goes flying in the direction of the pivoting foot's toe.
行くわよ。
Yeah, come! Is it the right
くらえ
or the left? What? An instant later, I see something other than the ball. It's like I got kicked upward, and I could see pink underwear.
Damn.
The distraction tactic. She
Something
yells
only
aloud in
women
the
can
crowd,
do.
pointing a finger up towards the sky.
瀬川さんすごい。
嘘だろ。
Slowly crumpled to the ground. Couldn't move a muscle. It's just too. That's right, pink underwear was just too blinding.
どう？見た？
Yeah, I saw. You really showed me.
Yeah, she's so good.
It's my loss, Segawa. And thank you.
Thank you.
Sings the bell rings as if to mock me and Shuichi hanging our heads. I didn't get to tour the school.
You got to tour something else though.
Got to tour Segawa's body.
さてと。
Yeah,
Sounds
for the
terrible.
second time.
何してんの？
Sounds terrible.
帰らないの？
I'm waiting for Jinozaki. I told her I would go home together. Figured I'd wait here since she said she had something to do for a bit after school.
それは仲のよろしいことで。
Thanks to you. By the way, what's with the getup? She got an armband that says approved photography and a camera bag around her waist. It definitely doesn't look like she's about to go home. Oops.
これから卒アル委員の活動よ。放課後は青春の宝庫だしね。
I get it. So that's the Grand Alba Committee's uniform. What are you gonna take pictures of?
あるがままの学園生
I see.
That's so vague. What does that mean?
What forceful words.
活。それじゃあ、私行くね。また明日。
Yeah, later. Now then, Shizaki said she'd call me once she was done. I'll just wander around while I wait. Spot a familiar silhouette before me in the hallway. That's a small girl wearing a hood over her head.
Is it
She's
Sora?
walking while carrying a big hard case in both hands. There's no doubt it's her. Yo. Sure is. I walk up to her from behind and greet her. She turns
Let's
around.
go.
She's not wearing those sunglasses this time.
あ、
Looks like we meet again. I realized I never told you my name. I'm Hino Ryosuke. I transferred here starting today. I'm in class 2C. Nice to meet you.
よろしく。りょう。
Calling me that right off the bat? Well, it's not like I mind.
1年 B 組。大阪空。
Sora, huh? That's a nice name.
What's up with Sora's always being likable characters?
I mean, the sky is likable, so.
I mean, I guess.
I'm about to go up. Are you about to go up to the roof? Oh, then you mind if I come with? I like that place. Feels nice up there.
問題ない。
She repositions the telescope's case in her arms. Looks heavy.
Hold it for her, or try not to get in her way. I mean, I do want to go down Sora's route, but not like quite yet. Because you said Sora's is one of the best, right?
Yes.
It's Sora and Rika.
Sora and Rika are, in my opinion, the two best routes.
Okay, well, I don't want to go down hers just yet. I do want to. Let's try not to get in her way then.
Ignore which route you want to go for. Just like respond how you would.
Just respond how I would?
Yes.
I don't know. I tend to like
if
not
this...
like to do things for people in that way because like I don't want to like take away their ability. I don't want to say like, oh yeah, you can't do that, so I'll do it for you. Does that make sense? Like I'm not trying to be like not helpful, but I don't want to like assume that people are like too weak to do something.
Fair.
All right, we're gonna try not to get in her way.
All right. So we're gonna get in a not gonna.
I'm just gonna let her do it herself.
Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this choice when we actually go for a route.
Won't we have to redo all the choices anyways?
We have to redo this choice specifically when we go for a route.
Like if we would have done it the first time,
depending on which routes, which choices you go for, we will possibly have to redo choices when getting the routes because there is a way to just go for all the routes in a specific order that makes it so the last choice is the choice that matters.
Okay, so you can like select all the choices and then just not.
Yes, but
not
that's
have
not
to
what
redo.
we're doing. Resolving it so preciously that we shouldn't try to do anything unnecessary. It's probably delicate.
I mean, we could do that if you want.
Sure, we have to be careful with it. No, you are the one picking the choices.
Yeah, that's what you said. I'm the one picking. I don't know what I'm picking.
You are the one to blame for who we end up first.
Okay.
You weren't scared of that telescope around yourself?
私は天文部の部長だから。
What? President? Even though you're a first year? Then maybe you should let another club member handle it then, like a guy.
無理。
Can't? Why not? Do you not have any guys at the club?
いない。
I think she's the only one, I'm guessing.
一人だけ。
Yeah.
Only member, yep. Really? Really? Can you really be a club just by yourself? Don't clubs usually have some minimum number of people you need?
この学校では一人でも部として認められている。天文部以外にもそういう部はあるし、活動の補佐をしてくれる委員会もある。
Huh, that's a pretty generous committee. Though I guess there'd have to be one like that for one person to form a club.
She reminds me of Yuki Nagato. From Haruhi. Very quiet. Just the only member of the club.
That's the one that constantly reads if I remember correctly. I need to take a piss, actually.
Okay.
You want to end it or just pause the recording?
That's up to you.
We are at 1 hour 18, so I would personally just pause it.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording and we'll be back after I have emptied the bladder. Be
Alright.
right back. And we're back.
I took a dump.
Took a piss. I feel the same pleasant wind from the day before yesterday as soon as we opened the door. Yeah, this place is great. Also, immediately pulls the hood down, opens the case, and starts setting up the telescope. He's attaching something to the eyepiece. And look at the moon again.
今日はこっち。
This telescope's pretty much pointing horizontally instead of up at the sky. Ozaka points to the eyepiece once she's done setting up. As she's saying, I should look through it again. Peer in and see the glimmering deep blue sea. Oh, it's the ocean. Put my eyes away for a second to take a look towards where the telescope is pointing. And I can see the ocean even from here. It's really far away. It's so close. It's crazy close even though it's so far. Ozaka looks perplexed for a moment. I'm so excited I don't really even know what I'm saying myself at this point. Kidding me. Dang, this is awesome. I was impressed. at getting to see the bumps on the moon the other day too, but this is almost like looking at another world. It's like I'm looking at a painting. Compared to the moon, the sea's way cooler. There's a sense of realness. I've been taken so much closer. How much bigger can you make things in this? I ask those guys I watched the sea from up close.
最大で500倍。
500 times. These telescopes are awesome.
他にもこんな機能がある。
To retrieve a small remote from inside the case.
このリモコンで視界の微妙な縦横の移動ができたり、倍率を調整できたりする。
Wow, can you even do stuff like that? But why wouldn't you just do it manually?
地球は自転している。アイピースを覗きながら手動で細かい調整をするのは結構難しい。
That makes sense. So you can use the remote to adjust while you're still looking through.
やってみる？
Oh, for sure. Let me try. Accept the remote and manipulate it while looking through the eyepiece. Field of view moves bit by bit and magnification changes. Let's see. Yeah, I could see how this would be useful. Move the field of view laterally while looking at the ocean. Still too early to see a lot of beachgoers, but I see a few surfers riding the waves. Oh man, I could do this all day. Put my eye away and look at Osaka. She looks a little proud. But why the ocean today?
和む。
Ah, okay. I guess she just does things at her own pace. Still, astronomy telescopes are lots of fun. Want one now. But could get a good look at anything with one of these. Anything with one of these.
I know, this makes me want to look through one of those.
I didn't mean that in a bad way, okay? I was talking about seeing places you can't really get too close to. I feel like she's misunderstood something about what I said.
近づけない場所を見るときはある。
Right? That's what I'm talking about! Osaka approaches his telescope with a bit of a mysterious expression and adjusts its angle again. She fine-tunes it with the remote and then points at the eyepiece again. Sure? What's she showing me now? Classroom. It's a classroom somewhere in the school. There are curtains waving in the wind in front of an open window. There are class containers lined up on top of the big table. What's that? I use the remote to slowly raise the magnification. There's something half translucent inside the containers.
Are those jellyfish?
They're moving. Are those animals? I further increase the magnification. You can clearly see the half-transparent things moving around inside the containers. What's up with those mysterious organisms?
そこは第二科学室。この時間は自然科学部が使用している。
Naturalist sounds like they're just sitting in nature naked.
I'm just waiting for when we use this telescope to like look up someone's skirt somehow.
I'll immediately just disappoint you or reassure you, depending on what your thought is here. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, good. I was like feeling like that was where it was going. I'm like, this could be used for something perverted.
謎の生命体を利用した怪しい極秘実験が行われている。
Oh my gosh, is she a conspiracy theorist?
Seriously?
あくまでも噂。でも、
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's what they're doing.
Alright, I understand why she's best girl now.
Second chemistry or classroom after school. Naturalist club that uses it. Mysterious organisms being raised in glass containers. It's more like somewhere I don't want to get close to instead of somewhere I can't get close to. Now, what you'd complete the scene is... what complete the scene is if a researcher somewhere prowling around. Oh, you're kidding. And right on cue, someone walks into the field of view. Can't really see her face, and it looks like she's wearing the school's uniform. It's a girl from our school. Try to manipulate the remote so I can see her face, but then she suddenly looks up and stares back at
隠
me.
れて。
I hastily pull away from the eyepiece and crouch down with Osaka. Did she see us?
わからない。
Osaka
Or
stands
just
up
zoomed
near
in
me
on
and
her
checks the
boobs.
classroom. Those... I can recognize those boobs anywhere.
いない。 多分バレてはいないと思うけど。
Really? That's good then. Ah! Or stops my phone suddenly rings. Should have put it on silent. Put my phone out and answer the phone. Hello?
ああ、私連絡遅くなってごめんね。
Hey, Shinozaki.
今頼まれていた仕事終わってもう帰れるよ。どこにいるの？
Right now, I'm up on the roof.
屋上って上がれるの？
It's a long story. I need to get back to the classroom to get my stuff, so let's meet up at the gates.
うん、わかった。じゃあまた後で。
Yeah, later. Sorry, Osaka, I've gotta go meet up with someone, so I'm gonna go.
Oh.
Let me look through the telescope again sometime. Later.
Oh.
Pet, the adorable creature. I glance back at Osaka right before I start downstairs. She's pointing the telescope somewhere else again. Really just does her own thing, huh?
Oh, we're looking at more boobs.
The jealous stare.
I forgot that on the visual novel database, it has all their bust sizes.
Don't check that.
Don't check that. Why?
Don't worry
Is that a
about it.
spoiler?
Just don't look at it.
What do you mean? Don't look at it.
Just don't look at it. Trust me on this. It'll come up.
It'll come up. That's how they know, huh? Well, I just got curious because we were looking at this blonde girl. I was like, okay, how big are they?
Don't. Close the D&D page. If there's things you want to know, tell me. I will decide if you can know or cannot know.
Oh gosh. It's plot related, the boob sizes. It's a spoiler.
Mizaki's fidgeting in front of the school gates. Sorry, my bad. Must have been waiting for a while. Mizaki immediately smiles when she sees me running over.
大丈夫。でも何かあった？
I ran into someone I know while I was taking a look around the school. Lost track of time while we were talking. Sorry about that.
知り合いって転校してきてからできたお友達？なんだか全然変わらないな。
Oh, what do you mean?
だってすぐ誰とでもお友達になっちゃうでしょ？昔からそうだったもん。
Have I?
そうだよ。そういうところ、私すごく羨ましかったんだよ。
God, my breath feels warm right now.
You have been drinking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were an introvert back then.
うん。私は全然変わってないかな。
What are you talking about? You've changed way more than I am. Still shocked when I say that.
私全然変わってないよ。
That's not true. You've changed like crazy. Look how much healthier you are now. Now you're saying
Yeah.
you'll show me around town. Don't you think you've come a long way?
案内ぐらいそんな大したことじゃないよ。ただ長く住んでいるってだけだもん。
Yeah, she was super shy in that like flashback we had.
So,
It's like her mom had to initiate the friendship.
so I've got a question for the Shionagi expert then. Where do you hang out about after school?
達人ってわけじゃないけど、遊びたいときはね、市外の方に出ることが多いかな。割と。
See, wanna go then? Wanna go now then?
今から？でも制服だから今からはちょっとまずいかな。寄り道しちゃいけないことになってるから。
Is that school that strict?
うん、生徒手帳に書いてあるし、誰も守ってないと思うけど。
Oh, then that doesn't matter, does it?
だって決まりは決まりだし。
It's kind of a weird rule.
That's so like you, Shinozaki. Maybe you haven't changed that much. I do understand the rule because technically the school does have a supervision duty until the students get home.
Yeah, like I
Like
can get that.
Any accident that happens from the way on the way from school to their home, the school has to take responsibility for it. Unless
Really?
unless the parents go out of their way to pick them up at the school, and if the parents just let them go home, technically the school, at least that's how it works in Germany, the school will have to take responsibility for any accidents that happen on the way home. Unless the students have a explicitly written out letter from their parents that states that they are allowed to go home, because that is essentially the parents taking responsibility for it.
I feel like here in America they could care less. Like once school's over and you're gone, they don't care what happens to you. Because I'm like, back in middle
careless
school,
country.
back in middle school, I would just walk over to the grocery store. Like that's what everybody did. We'd all like go there and eat.
Like not only back in elementary school did we need to have a written permit from our parents that we were allowed to go home instead of using the bus. Back when I was in like the gymnasium that I mentioned before, if you want to go into town to get like a fucking pizza from a pizzeria or a doner from the doner joint, you had to get a written permission from your parents that you're allowed to go into town and hand that into the school. Because if you do not, they are the ones that will be held responsible for any accidents you get into during that lunch break of you going into town and getting your food.
Yeah, like that's like so different than we do here. Like the only reason you would need like written permission is if you're gonna go on one of like the school buses, if you're gonna go on like a different one. Because like we'd have that where like people would try to like go on their friend's bus, you know, and try to go to their house, but you need a permission to like do that.
That we did not need permission for. Like if your parents were like, hey, you can go to your friend's place immediately after school, you did not get like a written permission, you could just get on their bus.
Yeah, like you had to have permission if you were doing that. Like if it was like a regular
the
thing,
way to
maybe
home
not,
does not change, and there is an assumption that your parents already talked about that. Because like fun fact, at the moment you get home and your fucking parents are like, hey, why the fuck is your friend here? You're already in trouble.
でしょ?
Why not? Could be bad every now and then.
でも帰り遅くなるならお母さんにも連絡しないとだし。
She falls into deep thought. Can't believe she's this conflicted over going somewhere after school. She's just as pure as ever. I'm starting to feel kind of bad. Guess we don't have to today. We can just go during the weekend or something.
ごめんね。
Don't make that face. I don't care about when I go. I care about who's there with me. It'll always be fun with you, Shinozaki.
そうかな。
Yeah, of course. Shinozaki falls into silence, thought again for some reason in response to my proclamation.
わかった。やっぱり今から行こう。
Huh? But we're still in uniform, and you gotta let your mom know too, right?
お母さんには電話しとくから。私もね、本当はまだ帰りたくないって思ってたから。私だって子供の頃とは違うんだ。そう言ってくれたでしょ?
Alright, let's go then.
wasn't hard to convince her.
Yeah, fair. This feels like a good place to end it. Actually, fuck, did I at any point save for fucking CG? Shit.
I was like, I don't think you did.
Shit. I'll think of something.
I mean, can you just go back? Just load a previous save?
Hold on, I will just save here real quick, and then... I guess I do have an idea of what we could use. Not the panty shot, don't worry, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's not use that one. That would be quite kind of questionable.
Right,
Use
there's
the
no,
move
there's no screenshot button. There we go, yeah, that's gonna be the thumbnail now. I'm gonna, specifically for this one, I'm gonna ask Cactus if he could possibly make a thumbnail anyways, because this is not gonna be a good thumbnail. Anyways, but yeah, back to here, because why not? And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time, bye-bye.
Bye.